Hi everyone, welcome back to the Web3 channel. My name is Zach. In this video, we are looking at El Salvador. We have already reported on El Salvador and other countries when it comes to their approach on both blockchain technologies and cryptocurrency adoption. Of course, El Salvador has definitely been one of the most bullish countries we've ever seen, literally taking on Bitcoin as a legal tender over the past few months. Very interesting to see. Let's have a look at what they're getting into though, because we haven't talked about it lately. Living on a volcano, the outlook of El Salvador's crypto mining industry. El Salvador's crypto mining potential is there, but it will take some time to come to fruition. The first nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender has recently announced the relaunch of its wallet Chivo, which is supposed to catch or patch the previous version stability and scalability issues. The update is welcome news for the Central America country crypto experiment, which faced some hurdles and harsh criticism over the last few months. While much of the observers' attention has been focused on aspects such as retail adoption of crypto and geopolitical implications of Bitcoin's legal status, in El Salvador, the progress of the nation's mining industry towards achieving President Bukele's moonshot vision has been discussed less discussed lately. Here's what the current prospects of El Salvador's mining industry looks like. In October 2021, when El Salvador has already become the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin, one of its main energy sector officials shared his optimistic view on the prospects of crypto mining in the country. President of the state-run Lempa River Hydroelectric Executive Commission Daniel Alvarez told journalists about the endless possibilities to produce energy via hydroelectric, solar, wind, and tidal power plants, with willpower being the only component needed to succeed. We don't suspend resources that contaminate the environment. We don't depend on oil. We don't depend on natural gas or any resource that isn't renewable. El Salvador's current energy capacity, however, is rather modest. Reportedly, it has only 2 geothermal power plants, one at the base of the Tecapa volcano, I probably got that name wrong, I do apologize, and one in, I'm gonna get that name wrong, that already contribute to Bitcoin mining. Together they generate slightly under 200 megawatts of electric power, and only one of them allocates 1.5 megawatts, the only known figure to date to Bitcoin mining. Hence, the El Salvador leadership's ambitions would clearly demand massive developments of new facilities. It looks like they definitely have some ideas in that department. The city mega project in November 2021, El Salvador's president announced his plans to build a new Bitcoin city. The settlement is to be constructed to be a coin shape at the base of the Concagua volcano, whose geothermal energy would be used to mine Bitcoin. In Bukele's vision, it should become a perfect combination of glittering lights and near absence of taxation. Residential areas, commercial areas, services, museums, entertainment, bars, restaurants, etc. Everything devoted to Bitcoin, keeping up with the traditions. This ambitious construction project is to be backed by a bold financial scheme, 1 billion USD in bonds, half of which would go to directly the city construction, and the other one would be invested in Bitcoin. The bonds are supposed to last 10 years and pay 6.5% annual interest to their holders. Any investor with a bond share upwards of 100,000 USD could qualify for Salvadoran citizenship. The scheme is backed by major crypto industry players. Canada-based blockchain technology enterprise Blockstream is responsible for issuing the bonds in form of tokenized securities on Liquid blockchain, while Bitfinex would host them on its platform, according to Samson Mao, CSO of Blockstream. By the end of the bond's 10th year, its annual percentage will sit at 146% level, as according to his forecast, Bitcoin price would reach the 1 million USD mark within 5 years. That would make El Salvador the financial center of the world and the Singapore of Latin America. Okay. The many challenges. There's a host of issues accompanying the Salvadoran Bitcoin turn: political backlash against President Bukele and his initiatives, pressure from the International Monetary Fund and other international actors, and the early troubles of the Chivo app. When it comes to plans of massively beefing up the country's mining infrastructure, there's a number of stumbling blocks as well. The Bitcoin City announcement saw the existing fiat-demonstrated El Salvador bonds plummet and raised a number of questions from investment experts, the main one being, why buy Bitcoin Salvadoran bonds if you could just buy Bitcoin? Some pointed out that the country already has a record of failed charter city plans, as well as the fact that the Concagua volcano, which is supposed to power the city and its Bitcoin mining operations, has recently shown some noticeable seismic activity. Worse still, some critics argue that El Salvador's overall energy profile does not offer great crypto mining potential. One concern is that the country still has to import around 20% of its energy mainly from Honduras and Guatemala. According to some estimates, currently industrial energy rates in Salvador range from 13 cents to 15 cents per kilowatt hour, while the global average price of Bitcoin mining is around 5 cents per kilowatt hour. The data from the recent study by Decus Research Group and the University of Avila ranks El Salvador as number 73 in the global crypto mining potential ranking, while 35% of its energy comes from renewable sources. For example, in the US, this proportion stands at around 7.5%. The levels of national R&D expenditure, human capital, and energy prices but El Salvador closer to the least sustainable countries for mining operations. Looking at pivoting to renewables, despite some obvious limitations, the notion of El Salvador's endless possibilities when it comes to mining is not a mere bravado. Like many other Latin American nations, El Salvador possesses a hefty, if yet unrealized, the potential for renewable energy. Talking to Cointelegraph, Philip Ng, Vice President of Corporate Development at Green Data Centers providing Soluna Computing, emphasized the global trend in the direction of making renewable energy more accessible, also noting that it should benefit countries like El Salvador. Renewable energy is now astonishingly affordable, with the cost to build wind falling 72% since 2009 and solar falling 90% over the same period. Renewable technologies offer a profound opportunity for South American power markets. Renewable energy assets can be built at a significantly smaller scale when compared with conventional energy. The result is that grids no longer face large transmission and infrastructure build-out costs when trying to add cheap and clean power. He also offered the example of Chile, whose recent investments in renewable energy have allowed the country to transition from a net importer of carbon fuels to an exporter of renewable energy. A crucial step in triggering such transition is demand, which is not an easy thing to grow in countries with relatively small populations. One solution could be to establish a consumer of last resort, or a layer of users that would ensure that power producers have a diversified revenue stream and don't have to rely solely on the utilities. Bitcoin miners could become such a class of consumers. Establishing such an arrangement would also mean that power producers never have to curtail their excess production, a case in point in Kenya, where hydroelectric plants share excess renewable energy with crypto mining facilities. Responding to the request, a Blockstream spokesperson said that an announcement regarding the status of El Salvador's Bitcoin bond project will follow at some point in Q1 of 2022. It is yet to be seen if the president's exotic aspiration to build a coin-shaped city at the foot of a volcano will materialize in a pragmatic strategy that affects foreign investments. But even today, it is clear that getting ahead in the renewable energy race will be vital for the success of El Salvador's massive crypto mining projects. And as per usual on every Web3 video, nothing in this video is to be considered financial advice. Always do your own research, and we will be keeping you up to date when it comes to this story on El Salvador and everything else in the Web3 space. That being said, subscribe for everything happening here. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next Web3 video.